Here we have the daily price chart for MicroStrategy Incorporated, stock ticker MSTR. People that are familiar with the cryptocurrency space are generally the people that are most familiar with MicroStrategy. The company overall, has really kind of abandoned its prior, intentions or missions as a software company, and is now really being used as a proxy for people that are looking to gain some exposure to Bitcoin without buying cryptocurrencies themselves. The prior CEO, Michael Saylor, is extremely bullish on Bitcoin. He's basically bet his entire net worth and probably legacy on the future of Bitcoin. And he's really he's taken out debt and he's bought as much Bitcoin as he possibly can. So for all of those reasons, it's not surprising to see that the share price here really does tend to track the broader trends that are being shown in Bitcoin. I mean, this company just holds so much Bitcoin that it really kind of does determine, the underlying value of MicroStrategy itself. So as we can see here, on the daily chart, we've got some strange looking candles here. In particular, I want to point to this green candle here. What we can see happening here is that share prices are moving lower. There's not much doubt about that. The prior highs, just below $2,000 per share, came in at during the March 27 trading session, and since then we've posted a series of lower highs, and we're now breaking some fairly important short-term support levels. But what's most interesting here, in my opinion, is the fact that this green candle here has managed to close green, even though we saw a significant price break, and clearly the share price is moving lower here. But it's a bit of a strange occurrence to see this because, the prices are clearly declining. But what this candle tells us is that the closing price um, for the share for the stock, um, the closing price was higher than the opening price, even though we're dropping like this. It is a bit of a reversal signal to the top side. People that are bullish on Bitcoin generally don't want to hear that. MicroStrategy itself could be trading lower. I don't really like that comparison too much because MicroStrategy is not Bitcoin. I mean, I think people really need to kind of keep that in mind. And in some cases, depending on the share price, it can be more expensive to buy MicroStrategy stock than it is to buy Bitcoin itself. I mean, I've seen metrics rise to 1.9 Bitcoin, and you're roughly buying the share price equivalent brings the cost of Bitcoin to almost double the price, like 1.9 times the current market price for Bitcoin. I mean, if you're looking at the amount of Bitcoin that MicroStrategy actually holds, so it's really not a one-to-one comparison, and people really do need to keep that in mind. I mean, this is a stock; it's not a cryptocurrency. There are other factors involved here. Other than simple Bitcoin prices. I mean, if you want to gain exposure to Bitcoin, I will continue to recommend just buying Bitcoin. I mean, it's not so difficult to do these days. A Coinbase account is fairly easy to open. There are fees, but they're not like excessive or anything like that. I really don't see a reason to be buying MicroStrategy. But this is a major stock in that space. And it does, kind of warrant some chart analysis during situations where we're seeing massive declines in Bitcoin, and that's currently what's going on right now. Um, there are currently some Mount Gox payments that where Mount Gox is, the whole situation with Mount Gox is resulting in Bitcoin sales of $9 billion currently. So this is dragging down the cryptocurrency space as a whole, and it's really having an outsized effect on Bitcoin itself. So Bitcoin is really crashing at the moment. And this is really dragging down the share price for MicroStrategy. Okay, but all of that said, this current green candle is a bit strange, and it does suggest that there is some possibility here for a reversal. Overall, however, I'm still bearish on this because, as we can see, we've broken through all of the major moving averages. I shouldn't say all of them. Three of the major moving averages. This is the daily chart. So the yellow line is the 20-day, orange line is 50-day, and the purple line is the 100-day. And we've moved through all of those. We have not yet moved through the 200-day exponential moving average. And I do think that this could be sort of the saving grace for MicroStrategy. If we're going to see a bounce here, I am expecting to see it more in this region for a few different reasons. One, we have a prior low here from May 1st, which came in just above the $1,000 mark. And then at the same time, we do have, this rising exponential moving average here that should continue to add some support. So this is the 200-day exponential moving average. It's a very closely watched moving average in the market. Um, but I am expecting to see further price declines here because we don't really have any support in this region. We've broken through most of the major moving averages, and then the momentum indicator here is still pointed to the downside. I mean, we are still seeing negative momentum here. So overall, this doesn't paint it doesn't paint a positive picture at this moment. I do think that if you want to enter into long positions in MicroStrategy, you could do this, closer to 1,000. But currently, we're not at the end of this, this tunnel, or this rabbit hole that we're seeing for the cryptocurrency space as a whole. I just don't see an end to it just yet. There are too many cryptocurrencies that are falling. It's not just Bitcoin. Bitcoin is dragging down all of the altcoins, and this is weighing on sentiment. So, I mean, these things do have to happen. I mean, even if you're highly bullish on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and all of this, there do have to be declines at some point. And these declines do help to fuel rallies later. People enter the market, they exit the market. People move in and out of positions, but the key here really is to find good price levels to use as possible entry points. So for me, if we're looking at MicroStrategy, and I do have other videos that were posted today on Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and even Dogecoin. Um, so those can be looked at for specific price levels in cryptocurrency. But currently the price level that I'm watching here from MicroStrategy comes in just above $1,030. The reason that I'm choosing this level is because it falls roughly in line with this exponential moving average here, the 200-day exponential moving average. It comes in contact closely with the price lows that were posted. This would be May 1st. And then in addition to that, we have the 618, 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of this broader price move. So these are all coming into contact just above $1,000, which is also a psychological figure. It does stand to reason that people are going to be watching this level more closely than some of these other price levels. So currently we're trading at roughly 1281. I don't expect this to be the end of the declines just yet. I just don't see any support here on this chart, which suggests a real turnaround here. Other than this strange green candle, you can point to that as a possible reversal signal, but it's very short term in nature. And I personally would not want to base trading ideas based on this alone. So here's the current market outlook for MicroStrategy Incorporated, stock ticker MSTR.